I'm Riley Holman, and I'm here at Arizona Stadium after Kevin Sumlin's weekly press conference. Quarterbacks Khalil, Tate, and Gunnell both have seen the field over the last few weeks, leading to some uncertainty at the quarterback position. Monday, Kevin Sumlin cleared the air about the injury status of Khalil, Tate, and Gunnell's redshirt situation.
He didn't play very well. So, it's as good as he played the week before. Didn't play very well this week, and so the question was what? How concerning is this step back? It's concerning about a lot of things, right? So, it's what it is, and it was obvious, and he didn't feel very good about it himself. That's how I answered the question, right? So I probably that was probably a bad answer. So yeah, we are in contact with our medical department and with our trainers all the time, and but internally as a person, individually, you've got to know yourself if you're healthy and if you're not. So this time of the year, halfway through the season, 6 games, midpoint, for us, and I talked about this last week. You've got 4 weeks of camp. We've had 2 bye weeks. It's not midpoint of the season. We're 11 weeks into this thing, right? So there's really no one in that locker room right now who's playing at the level that they need to be playing that is 100% healthy. No, I'm not worried about Grant's red shirt. Grant needs to play. So there was never been a plan for Grant to be be redshirted this whole year. He's the backup quarterback, and so if something happens, he needs to be able to play. So there has never been a plan for him to redshirt since he really hit campus.
Kevin Sumlin was asked about Colin Schooler's production and why he hasn't put up the numbers he has in the past. Sumlin says he thinks it's a good thing because it means other guys are doing their job defensively. Schooler had 5 tackles in Saturday's game and only trails Tony Fields for the team lead.
I think that's good. I think that's a good thing. In a crazy way. I'm sorry. That doesn't sound very smart, but by that meaning that we're getting production from other people. Instead of him making 17 tackles a game and all over the field, I think what has happened is that our front has made more plays, and particularly the guys inside and Mason and Finn Conley have showed up. I think it also speaks to Anthony Pandy's progress and Tony Fields' progress, right? So I don't mean that in a negative way. I think he's still making a lot of plays. He's still in the top 10 in this league in tackles, right? So it's just maybe the fact that we've got other people making plays has really helped our defense. I think that was evident really in the first quarter. In the first half, and really the last few games, because of some of the things we're doing on defense. That our front's making more plays, and he's got 2 other linebackers, not just Fields, but Pandy. I think has really grown into a playmaker, particularly in the last 3-4 weeks.
Starting left guard Robert Conjol is banged up, creating an issue for Arizona on the left side. The Wildcats moved right tackle Peyton Fears to that position against Washington, but it's still a situation Kevin Sumlin and his staff are trying to figure out.
We tried to get our best 5 because Peyton had played a lot. He's splitting time with Edgar, right? And with Conjol being out, do you keep that rotation going at tackle, or do you, because this guy has played a lot and he's a big, strong guy, do you move him in there and instead of a guy who hasn't played a lot? Does that make sense? So, we made a decision, hey, listen, we're not going to keep that rotation. We're going to put a guy in who's played in the last 5 games a lot and with experience. And we'll see. It was difficult for him in there. He's got a lot of talent. But, there's some positives and negatives, and then, or do you play really your seventh best lineman in there and keep that rotation going. So that's a discussion that we had this morning and yesterday. So, is it your 5 best available, or is it the rotation of those two with your 7th best player out there at that position? And, and matchups matter. Let's put it that way.
Coming up this week, Arizona takes on USC, and Kevin Sumlin says he thinks the team has already been battle-tested based off of their previous games this season. When asked to describe the Trojans, Sumlin simply said, "It's USC."
Yeah, it's USC, right? So, they're averaging 430 a game, and they've gone through 3 quarterbacks, right? So, they've got athletic offensive line as usual. The 3 receivers are extremely talented, which makes it easy on the quarterback. Big guys that can run. They're rotating the young guy at running back. I don't know what his status is going to be, but he's been extremely physical. Been really a good player. Last year, I thought the strength of their team was their young defensive line, and they're still the strength because now they're sophomores instead of freshmen. They're sophomores and juniors, so they're big, athletic up front. They've got good players. They've got good scheme. They've been, what have they played, 3 or 4 top 25 teams, right? So, they've been in big games. So they've been tested. They've won some. They lost some. They're playing hard, and they've got good players who have been in real ball games, not just last year, but particularly this year.
Kickoff for Saturday's game is set for 6:30 p.m., and Arizona is looking for their first win in the LA Coliseum since 2009. Stay locked in with us as we bring you more coverage and updates on Arizona football. For GOAZCATS.com, I'm Riley Holman.